Okay. I know I'm supposed to be going live on Wednesdays. It's been a shit show. Trying to wait till somebody get on here before I get to talking. I don't have no makeup. I don't got on no lashes. And I don't even care. I'm gonna sit here and eat my oranges. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. That's what I'm getting ready to do. And I think I'm gonna be here for 10 minutes. Maisha, do me a favor. Let me know when I've been here 15 minutes. Because after 15 minutes, I gotta get ready to go. I'm eating oranges and infused cucumber mint water. So it don't look like nobody here but me and you. So let me tell you what happened. Okay. Remember the last time I was here? A couple of weeks ago. Because you know I was going to come on here every Wednesday. That was my plan. Thanks, Ma. That was my plan every Wednesday. I got a friend. She got 4 or 5 boys. And I had her first daughter. Maybe like 6 months or 8 months or something. And I had been telling her, girl, you need some insurance. You need some insurance. You need some insurance on them boys. My usual thing, Maya, that you do. You know that I do. I tell people, you know, get you some insurance. Blah, blah, blah. Needless to say, her son was murdered. And her other son was shot. So she got one son that's murdered. She got one son that's shot in a hospital with his lungs collapsing with a newborn while preparing her son's funeral. Then I get a call that my friend, since I was 12, his mom dies. Her funeral's tomorrow. And I missed 2 Wednesdays. Today, Thursday. I was going to try to go on yesterday, but I was a whole shit show yesterday. Probably a whole shit show today. That's why I came on here, not a lash, not makeup, no nothing. And y'all know when I get depressed, what I do. I drive through a drive-thru. And I eat a whole bunch of unhealthy shit. So I told my friend I was going to bring the drinks for the repast. So I went and got sodas and water and stuff. And I was in the grocery store. I got me some oranges, some infused water with cucumbers and lemons and mint. So I was very proud of myself because when you are an addict, you're fine until something triggers you. And then when something triggers you, you go on a binge. And I made a conscious decision and a conscious effort to go get some fruit. Did y'all see my fingernails? I don't even know if y'all seen my fingernails. I had been posting on Instagram, but I just could not get on here and talk. I just felt like, I think that people in general believe that they're going to live forever, and people in general believe that they're going to make it out this life alive. And people believe that their parents aren't going to die. Their children are not going to die. And they are not going to die. We believe that we're going to live eternally. So when someone mentions life insurance, people feel like I'm speaking to someone outside themselves, because death won't come to their door. Death won't come to their home. Death is not a respecter of person. Life insurance does not stop the pain of losing a loved one. But life insurance takes some of the burden off of you when you have to figure out how you're going to bury this person, how this person is going to be put to rest. How am I going to live without this person's income? Let's alone how I'm going to live without this person. You go from a 2-family household to a 1-family household, or now you done buried your child and your job expects you to come back and be productive. I know that people get sick of me talking about life insurance. I don't give a shit, because most people of color don't have any, or they don't have enough. And I feel like if I would have pressed my friend harder, I'm not a pushy salesperson. I don't even like pushy salespeople. I feel as if I would have been more on her, maybe things would have ended differently, for as the coverage, her having the coverage. And I was like, 2 Wednesdays I missed, I need to show up. And at least that you guys know where I've been and what's been happening with me, and why you haven't seen me. I am definitely going to get back to, he was my son's age. He was my son's age. While her other son is in the hospital and his lungs collapsing. I often feel guilty because I don't push hard. I am not a pushy salesman, and I hope people will see the value in what I do and know that they need it, because it's just basic what you would think would be just basic common sense. But I do understand that life gets in the way and things happen, and sometimes our check don't go all the way to the next payday. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that. I get the struggle. But I always say oatmeal is better than no meal. I'd rather you have a very small policy than have no policy. you know, and it's just like, thank you, Ma. And it's just like, I've had so many of you reaching out to me where your parents don't have insurance or your spouse don't have insurance, or you know, you cannot wait until they die and then apply. You cannot wait until they have a terminal illness and apply. You cannot wait until someone is sick or someone is hurt and then apply. Apply when you are at your healthiest. Apply when you are feeling your best, because on your wellest day, you sick enough to die. Anybody, right? And when I say things like that, I know people kind of get eerie about the conversations of death because no one wants to have those conversations, but death is coming. That's the only thing that we're promised. And I knew that it was important for me to not only talk about life insurance, is becoming a life insurance agent. When I first started, it was no internet, it was no cell phones, it was no Zoom, it was none of that. That was in I wasn't even on YouTube. That was in 2004. Hey Mandy, it was in 2004, and I could not. Excuse me, I could not actually get around the way I needed to because I had two small kids at the time. They was like 3 and 7. And I would drive to city and state to state and all of that kind of stuff, you know. And I was like, you know what, it's a lucrative business. I just can't work it the way I need to. I have a full-time job and two small kids and nobody to watch them, blah, 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 blah. Got out the business. But I always had a longing and a yearning for it. When TMI graduated, I went back and got my life insurance license because I had about 10 close deaths in my family. And all of those 10 people I know loved me sincerely and deeply. But the thing about that is everybody in our family had to go back to work the next day after those deaths. Because we're not being educated on finances, we're not being educated on money, we're not being educated on the amount of coverage we need, we're not being educated on how to properly place our money, make our wills, beneficiaries. We're not having those conversations, especially in the places where I'm from. Nobody from A.G. Edwards is coming to the hood talking to us about what to do with your money, how to handle your money, where you need to put your money. Right? So when you see people who have a financial education, they don't look like us. They don't speak our language. They don't talk to us in a way that we can understand. And are we even comfortable talking to them, asking them questions? It's like, you know what? I want to go back to class. I want to start taking my classes. I want to take my courses. I want to get my certificate in it. I want to learn. I want to be able to educate the masses. I want to talk to the masses because my whole family got $5,000 policies and $10,000 policies. And what's happening is after the funeral, everybody is business to you as usual, right? We're not leaving anything, no generational wealth. We're not leaving nothing for our children's children. We ain't leaving nothing so our mamas won't have to go back to work tomorrow. Our family has been sold on, I don't even want to call them what I first heard them called as a child. And that was IGA policies, right? When the insurance man knock on the door and get the little book and sign it for your grandmama and hand it back. Grandma got a policy for all the kids. When everybody died, you get $2,000. And we still broke and we still owe the funeral home. Like, we just have to have those conversations. And I have promised myself that, thank you. I promised myself that this year I'm going to help 50 families this year. I'm going to help. I got licenses in all different states. I made a promise to myself because I don't want to have another conversation with someone I called a friend. And I have a life insurance license and you don't have what I'm offering, but we're friends. And then I'm still giving to the GoFundMe. I'm still giving money when I could have gave an educational lesson, and for fractions of a dollar, we could have had this baby covered. I knocked over my newspaper. I know that I'm not Superman. I know that I can't save everybody. I know that. But We have to start learning financial literacy, and we have to pass that on, and we have to be the person that speaks the language that helps saves the next generation. You know, I tell people, even if you feel like life insurance is not a good fit for you, it is definitely what I would tell someone who actually wanted to earn more money, who want to have a financial education, who wants to be the person who saves their family, just by giving them the information, knowing the information and passing the information on. And I have just been feeling sucky. I haven't been working my business. I haven't been doing what I needed to do to secure other families. I haven't been talking about it. I haven't been saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to be a life insurance agent, do you got life insurance? Let me look over your policy with you. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how much you got. What is the clauses and stipulations in your policy? I got a policy at work. Now, I got another girlfriend had a policy. She thought she had a policy at work. She doesn't have a copy of the policy because she doesn't pay it, but she knows she has it through her job. So didn't have an idea that the company stopped paying it, and she doesn't have any life insurance, and she has lupus. And lupus has affected her immune system, and she got lupus and something else now. Now she can't get coverage from anybody because you have a policy at your job. What if they fire you? What if they stop the policy like they did my friends? What if they fire you? What if you quit? Now you don't have a policy, but you've been working at this place for 20 years and you were healthy, but now you're older and now you're sick and now you don't have one. If you got a policy at your job, great, right? But always have something outside your job because they can stop paying it. They can cancel the policy. They can do whatever they want to with their policy because it's their policy. Thanks, Ma. So I try to talk to people when they say, I got something with my job. You don't own that damn place. Are you crazy? What if you quit? What if they fire you? What the hell is wrong with you? What's going on? So it's just like talking to people about things that matter sometimes feels like talking to a shoe. It's like, is this mic on? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this mic on? So when I tell people that, you know, death is inevitable, but being broke is an option. And, you know, people, I don't want to get rich off my mama's death. I don't want to get rich off my children's death. $100,000 ain't rich. Sorry, it's not rich. You know what I'm saying? It's not rich. But what that will do is put you in a position where you don't have to worry and be running all here and there willy-nilly trying to figure some things out. Because I'm telling you, as we get older, our parents age. So would you rather pay your parents' policy every month, or would you rather be trying to figure out how you're going to pay for things? Would you rather pay your parents' policy every month and be able to bury them properly and then be able to sit at home for a while on a leave of absence while you get your mind together? Like, losing someone is just, it leaves a hole. Right here and here, it leaves a hole. But I always say, I'd rather cry on a beach in Maui than be crying here in St. Louis in my damn kitchen, broke as the 10 Commandments. And I have really been feeling bad that you guys haven't seen me, but I have been busy dealing with life. Hey, Robert. Dealing with life and being a friend to my friends and trying to be a support. Tomorrow is the funeral. Tuesday is the next funeral. And after then, Wednesday, I think I'll be back on schedule. Knocking on wood that nothing else crazy happens. But when you guys don't see me, know that life is happening. I still plan to be on here every Wednesday for you guys. I have not forgot the promise that I've made. And next week, I promise I'm going to do 2 videos for you. But I need to be getting myself together for this funeral in the morning. And I also need to be trying to lay down because I am exhausted. I left St. Louis 4 years ago in Phoenix now. I used to watch your videos when I was in high school. I'm 28. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I didn't see it all. Hold on. You're the truth and have a great personality. Stay strong. You too. And thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for showing up for me. Like, I don't take it for granted that you guys could be doing something else. And I really appreciate it. I told Maisha to tell me when 15 minutes came, and 15 minutes done came and went. I am going to wash my face, and I am going to get my clothes out for this funeral, and I am going to fold my clothes that's in the dryer and try to find me some peace of mind. I've been kind of razzle-dazzled, but I want you guys to know that I have been okay. A couple of you have inboxed me about becoming a life insurance agent. If you guys become a life insurance agent, you will be working with me pretty closely. Pretty closely. And also, you can do it on your own hours whenever you want to. I mean, like, I would definitely tell you it's something that if you're looking for a part-time job or a full-time job, it's something that I would highly recommend, because what you have, people need. It ain't like, oh, I don't know. No, you definitely need what I have. So, and if you guys need some insurance, you guys don't have to get it from me. But if you need a quote, if you got questions, if you want to know, how to have the conversation with your loved one or with your parents or with your kids that's an adult, like, we can jump on the phone and talk about it. We don't have to leave it up to chance or circumstance or happenstance. And when something happens, you don't know what to do because you didn't want to have an uncomfortable conversation. We don't like uncomfortable conversations, but uncomfortable conversations are necessary. They're very necessary. And it's just, somebody just said something. I'm sorry. I did not realize you were dealing with death. I will lift you up in prayer. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I got a funeral tomorrow and then a funeral Tuesday. But I am going to be off tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. So I'm going to have time. I got a conference on Saturday and a few insurance clients on Saturday and a few insurance clients on Sunday. But I honestly mean it. If you guys had any questions about anything, you guys can inbox me. You can email me and I send you my phone number. I don't know if you're following me on Instagram, but I'm Nakesha Danielle 1, NAKESHADANYEL, NAKESHADANYEL 1. So definitely inbox me, and if there's something that you have any questions about, call me. If your parents have a policy and you think it's trash, call me. If your parents got a policy and you don't understand it, call me. We can jump on a Zoom. However I can help, because I don't want to have this conversation anymore, and I don't want to have this feeling anymore as if I let someone down that I could have helped. I don't want to feel that feeling again. I don't want to have a conversation with any of my friends about burying their babies and they don't know how. Or we got to come up with a way how, when I could have actually taken care of it. And I probably need to be more persistent than I am, but I'm not. So I am definitely working on that, and definitely working on forgiving myself. So I want to come on personally and apologize for you guys not seeing me for a couple of weeks. I missed 2 Wednesdays. This Wednesday would have been, thank you. This Wednesday would have been my second Wednesday I missed. So that's why I'm like, let me come on and at least let you guys know what I've been dealing with. I had 2 deaths in my circle, and yeah, that's what's been going on. But tomorrow is one funeral, Tuesday is the next, and I pray that things will kind of smooth over, and things of that nature. But if I can be any assistance to any of you, the way you rock with me and support me, like if you had any questions about anything, you guys can email me or send me your phone number or whatever. My email is N as in Nikisha, .D as in Danielle, .Smith, SMITH, at sbcglobal.net. So, I gotta make sure my parents are taken care of. God forbid anything that happens to me. For sure. Like, for sure. Man, LJ, life has really been happening. Life has really been happening. So I always tell people, if you got any parents that you like a little, if you got children that you like a little, if whoever you share a house or a bed or a heart with and you like a little, definitely, get in contact with me. Make sure you're properly protected. Make sure that you have income protection for your family. And if it's anything I can do to help or support, you can hit me up. You can inbox me on Instagram, Nikisha Danielle 1. You can email me n.d.smith at sbcglobal.net. Send me your number. We can hop on the phone. If you guys need a quote, definitely let me know. If you want me to do a policy analysis on you, all of this is free. Definitely hit me up and let me know. If you have a policy at your job, please get one outside of your job. You do not have to get it with me. But if you decide to, we can hook that up. But don't let your job, right, be your income protection, your only income protection. Because if that job closes, or if they fire you, or you find another job, or blah, 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 and then in the time that you're covered to the time that you're leaving, something happens in this dash where now you're uninsurable, or whatever the case may be, you already have your own ram in the bush. Don't just have. Yes, I am. I'm licensed in Florida. I'm licensed in Cali. I'm licensed in Georgia. I'm licensed in Texas. I'm licensed in Missouri. I'm licensed in Illinois. I'm licensed in Michigan. I'm licensed in Ohio. I'm licensed in North Carolina. I'm licensed a bunch of places. I'm licensed in a bunch. Yes, I'm licensed in Cali. I'm licensed in a bunch of places, because what I found out is that when you're on social media, you run into a lot of people. And Mai is on here. She's one of my clients. She's family. Basically, she's not a client. She's family. And she was like, I live in the state she lives in. I'm like, oh, I better get a license for that. And then another lady was like, well, Kesha, I live here. I'm like, I need to get a license for that. So I'm like, just let me just get licensed up. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get licensed up, because I don't want to have to tell people I can't help you because I don't have a license in that state. Like, I don't want to be the person who has to say, well, I can't help you because I'm not licensed there. So I'm like, might as well just get my license everywhere. So that's pretty much what I've done. Anybody says, well, I live in here, I'm like, well, let me get my license there. So I just really decided to be licensed in bigger states first, especially when the pandemic came. So if you are a life insurance agent, make sure that you, and that's what I did too. I will be honest about that. When I heard that, well, that makes sense. The bigger the state, the bigger the outbreak would be. And I'm like, I need to, look at my baby. Ma say the process is easy. She is my client and I love her. Like, we'll fight a brick about her. And it was funny because when she said her state, I'm like, let me get my license in it. But this is the thing. If you are going to be a licensed life insurance agent, and it's a pandemic, you go and get licensed where the biggest breakouts are. Because a lot of these people died of COVID did not have life insurance. And ask me how I know they didn't have it, right? And it was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? You need to get licensed in Cali, New York. You know, New York is a whole different entity itself, but I had to go get licensed in those bigger states first because it was so many people in those bigger states reaching out to me that I was like, okay, Keish, you're gonna have to, move it and groove. You have to move it and groove. And then when I went to go and get my tummy tuck, most women who get plastic surgery don't have life insurance. So I was in all of these different groups and they're like, I hope I don't die. I'm like, well, if you do, you got life insurance. Nah, come on, niece. I know you ain't out here trying to get fined. So, like, check. Like, when you know you getting something done, you already need coverage. Yeah, what you need? So if you are getting your health insurance license, this is the thing. Most people who need health insurance cannot afford health insurance, right? So the thing about that is, for me, right? For me, it was easier with life insurance than health insurance because it is so many people, especially when this Obamacare stuff came about, and it was so many people, these deductibles went through the roof. You know what I'm saying? They went straight through the damn roof when the Obamacare came out. But I will tell you this about health insurance. If you have reasonable copays and deductibles, you can really make some money because a lot of people don't have health insurance. It's just it's crazy. My health insurance a month is shit $400-500 through the roof. 30 minutes. Come and cut my phone off. I play too much. But yeah, you with this Obamacare, you have really something to compete with, but that's bullshit because my deductible for them, they gave me a deductible so high, it was like $444 a month, and that was just for me, not including my baby. And I'm like, and I have no pre-existing health conditions. Let me say that. A day. A day. That's what that was. I know you guys heard me talk about our client that we have in Chicago. She got a policy and she didn't want to put her kids on. I know I told this story already. She didn't want to put her kids on. I'm like, girl, it ain't nothing but an extra $8. Put all your kids on there, blah, 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 blah. So, and her husband and her son dies within 3 months of the policy, and the policy paid out, and he died. He was murdered, and the company paid out, right? So it wasn't like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? You got to have it. Now, this is the thing. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the contestability stage that I talked about on my friends. Remember my friend? He was in the contestability stage, right? And that was in the 2-year stage where they have to do the investigation. That's the same thing. And I'm not telling anybody to commit suicide, but after 2 years, if you commit suicide, the company will pay once you're out of that contestability stage, and it'll still pay. What they have to do is investigate if you pass away in that 2-year time frame. So now it's different insurance policies, right? Where if you have to have, I forgot the name of it. It's a particular name of it, but I'm going to tell you what it is. If you are old, or if you are sick, or if you have major pre-existing conditions. My father had one of those policies where you have to have it. I think he had to outlive the policy for 4 years or 2 years. And if you leave it, if you die within those first 2 years, they give you 50% of your premiums. If you live 3 years, they pay you 85% of the premiums you paid in. And if you live 4 years, you get the whole face value of the policy or something. I forgot the name of the policy. I learned it in class, but my father had one, so I knew all about that policy. But my father had been on dialysis and an alcoholic for years. So the fact that he got coverage, was like, and he outlived the time frame, and then they end up paying out. But you have to be mindful of when you're dealing with those kind of policies to keep up with, if you have parents that's older or sick or anything like that, those policies do come in handy, even if they don't outlive the whatever the contestability stage that they have for those special kinds of policies. At least, right, you get your premiums back that you paid into them. At least you can take that and do something with it versus you just being SOL, right? You know how you feel tired, but you haven't done anything? Like these bags under my eyes, I couldn't even sleep last night. I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning watching This Is Us. Like, I could not sleep. So it was like my soul tired, like my spirit tired. I mean, it was just like I was exhausted. So I was going to come on here last night, but I was like, I don't even want to hold y'all up because I was, I felt like my battery was running down. So that's what was happening. That's what's happening. Yeah, because I know someone who has sleep apnea. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know anybody who was turned down because of it, but I knew someone who was covered in spite of it, right? So I don't know the severity of it or, those kind of things. I don't know, because I've only had 2 people who's applied who had sleep apnea before. But definitely tell them to give me a call. The only thing people can tell you is no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that be the reason that he stops applying or she stops applying. Don't let that be the reason, right? And if you can hear the sound of my voice and you are healthy, right, with no conditions, get your insurance today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, because you have a perfect bill of health until you don't no more. You have a perfect clean bill of health until you don't anymore. And it is not like, oh, I'm healthy as a horse, and then you go, oh my God, I don't have it anymore. How hard is it to get a decent policy for a person living with HIV? Now, I will say this. I have not had anybody to apply with me personally who had HIV, but I do know, wait a minute, was it Colonial Penn? Check with Colonial Penn. I don't want to give you any wrong information, but I think she said Colonial Penn. But I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. But I haven't had, even with HIV, apply. Like, apply. The only thing they can say is we're not able to supply you, with life insurance coverage. Maybe you should try this place or this place or this place. And another thing that I do too is always suggest if you're not able to get coverage because of a pre-existing condition or whatever the case may be, you may want to look into mutual funds. You may want to look into a mutual fund. And I said I was going to sign up to go to school. I just didn't even felt like. I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I think I am going to have a New Year's party for spring equinox. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have a financial literacy spring equinox party where we just kind of give quotes on a Zoom, talk about life insurance, talk about different policies and different options for people. I think that's what I want to do for the new year. Because I told you guys I'm going to come on every Wednesday, and I am. And I told Maisha to tell me when my 15 minutes up, and she done said I've been on here now probably for 15 minutes. It's probably 45 minutes I've been on here. But I definitely wanted to stop on here, and you know it was real because I don't have any lashes, any makeup, any nothing. But I definitely wanted to stop by here to let you guys know I haven't forgotten about you because you know I, going to Lulu, and I have not went off the deep end. I have not forgotten my commitment to you guys every Wednesday. And I will also promise you, if you don't see me, I will come on and let you know what's going on. But life has really been happening to me, not up close and as personal as it's being late. It was always in the center of my family, but now it's in my friend's family, and I've made a commitment not only to myself, but people who love me and people that I love to show up for them in ways that I probably haven't before. Just by texting more and calling more and spending time more, and also letting people know if you have any questions about anything, you can definitely get in contact with me. And especially if you have any questions about income protection, come to me. Like, come to me. There's no way that someone that knows me doesn't have life insurance. There's no way that someone knows me and your parents don't have it, or your kids don't have it, or you just don't, you ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? It's no way that should happen. And I call myself a staple in your life, or a friend, or a family member, or even someone that I hang out with on Wednesdays. That shouldn't happen anymore, and it's not. So I'm just letting everybody know that's on here. I am going to be speaking about life insurance more. Every time I get on here, I'm going to mention something about it. So I'm definitely going to let you guys know about it. And if you guys want to make extra income, probably something you want to look into. Because a lot of times I'm on Zoom and I got on a shirt, but I may have on some basketball shorts. I can do this in the comfort of my home or in my car or wherever I am. I don't have to be a particular place. So even when people say, girl, I got a part-time job, and I'm thinking, honey, go get your license and sit at home with your kids and talk on the phone and write a policy. I'm sure you'll make what you make in a week if you write one policy. Like, leaving out the house is ghetto, especially for a second job if you don't have to. This water is cucumber, lemon, mint water, and it came from Schnucks. It's cute. It's real cute. All right, y'all. I got to get the hell out of here because I done bought. Let me get off of here. I'm going to come right back. Because I want to show y'all all these damn wigs I bought. Who go and buy 4 wigs? Who do that? Me? I do that. You definitely want to get the life insurance license. Definitely. I'm gonna be saying, honey, let her play a whole song. What you do is you go in with your life insurance bill. Your health insurance bill. Once you get your health insurance bill, then you come back behind that, and then you do your life insurance bill, right? So they're going to be your client in life, and they're going to be your client in death. So what that means is that you'll be able to help them in a full circle, in a full 360, right? And then when their friends and family see that you are the health insurance lady and the life insurance lady, you got the game sold up. Period. Email me and I can give you the whole shebang. If you want to do a Zoom with me, you can. I can tell you about the process. And I spent more on these wigs than I did on my life insurance license. Who got a bag full of wigs? Me. Got a bag full of wigs. So let me get off here. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show y'all my wigs. I'm finna go. I'll be right back. This gonna have to be really short because really I do have to go. I'm not lying. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I gotta show y'all these wigs. So I'm finna go and I'll come right back. Yeah, please do. Please do. Please do. Please do. And if you want to talk tonight, I'm up, honey, because I gotta fold these clothes. Okay, did you guys ever heard of okay, this is my last question. You're welcome, babe. Have you guys heard of a washer and dryer combo? Hit yes or no if you heard of a washer and dryer combo. I know it's a delay, so I'm just waiting on y'all. Okay. So, okay. Okay, Saint Square. Okay, LJ. Okay, I think it's good. Gail? Okay. Okay, Keyshawn. Now, have you heard of a washer and dryer combo? Not stacked. It's just one machine. Have y'all heard of that? My washer is a washer. Okay. This man done argued me all the way down that I'm saying it's stacked up. I'm saying no, it's one thing. And he was going, it's stacked. I'm going, it's not stacked. It's one machine. It's one machine. I put the stuff in the washer, and then when it get the washing, then it dry it. No, you gotta take it out. I said, you don't gotta take it out. You put the shit in there. So I'm arguing with this man over and over. And I'm thinking, why is you arguing with him? And then I was thinking, maybe ain't nobody heard of it before. But it's a real life thing. You can even look it up. Like they sell them on Amazon. I think they like $1,500 or $1,900 or something. But I'm telling you, it is a straight game changer. You put your clothes in there. You will never forget to dry your clothes again, because once you put your clothes in there and they get through washing, it play a ding, 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 and then you can set it to dry right after. So I'm at work and I leave in the morning and I come home in the evening and my clothes is dry. So that is why I got to take them out the dryer, because I started it this morning. And that's what I was trying to explain to my cousin and his friend, and he up here talking about, no, you ain't put that in there. I'm like, I put it in there this morning and it washed and it dried. So when I get home, all I got to do is fold the stuff and put it up. So that's what I got to do. Let me jump off here and I'm going to show y'all my wigs, and then I got to go. I love y'all, but I got to go. It is real cool, though. It's cool. You can look it up on Amazon, and it's good for condos and small spaces and small places where you don't have to have it stacked up high, or you don't have space for two big units. And it's only me and my daughter, so we don't need, you know what I'm saying? It's just us. So that is perfect for us. That one unit, and honey, it's something when you leave in the morning and wash your clothes and you come home and they dry. Okay? Whew. It's everything. Okay, y'all. You know I keep talking. Okay, y'all. I gotta go. I'm leaving right now. I promise. I'm leaving right now.